Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on this amazing planet. This is How to App on iOS, and my name is Jade. And today we're doing something a little bit different. So strap yourselves in, open your ears, open your eyes, and enjoy.
Drained inside out, crumble and dissolve. Taste the salt and lick the open wound. I feel you lose control. Lose your soul.
Hello, hello, hello. I guess we can get rid of that now. Thank you for your patience during that little segment. Let's flick that away. Oh, YouTube keeps playing. That's what happens when you pay for a premium service. Let's stop that. Thank you. Okay, so what is this all about? So, like with most things I kind of do with my personal music, I like layers. I like lots of depth. I like things all coming together in some big universe like a Marvel thing that has huge amounts of context and depth. And this album and the movie that I've been working on are very much so about that. Thank you for the nice comments during that preview of my album. So, this album has taken 7 years so far because it's all been made on iOS. It was a big undertaking back when I began recording this album because back in the day, iOS wasn't as user-friendly as what it is now, with even being able to share files between apps. It was a very different situation. And you'd have to jailbreak your devices. It was an endless a cat and mouse game with Apple as they updated their software to break jailbreaking, and it was a constant battle. But as time has gone on, clearly things have gotten a lot easier, and Apple have loosened their buttholes a little bit. So let's go into how this show connects with what I'm about to tell you about and get your feedback on. And hopefully this will be something viewers of this channel will be excited about. So I started this How to App on iOS show for a few reasons. One, because my health is poor and I need to get out of bed each day. And this was a great way for me to get up each morning in Australia at 8 a.m., knowing that this would reach people around the world and be a good time to reach everybody. And then I would be able to stay up for the rest of the day and continue being motivated to work more on my music and finish these projects that I have going. The main reason, though, I started this show was to try and help people in just small ways, because I don't really have the time to sit there and go into in-depth looks at whole apps and stuff. So maybe just to show a short preview of these amazing apps that I've used all the way through these projects that I've been working on. And trust me, I haven't just been using like a few apps to do these things. This is why I own so many apps, because it's taken a great combination of apps to put all this together. Especially because I'm not using a computer where things can pretty much be done in like, a handful of programs. But that's part of the challenge. And, one of the main reasons I actually wanted to do an album on iOS 7 years ago was, I don't know, maybe I had a little bit of foresight back then, and I could see that we were heading into a future where it was going to be incredibly possible to make incredible creations on these little glass slabs that we hold in our hands. I remember when I started it, people just told me I was an absolute idiot for thinking this. But I refused to believe it. I refused to sit in the slow lane. And it's actually happening. People are creating amazing things on these devices. So as time has gone on, and I'm unhappy that the album's taken this long to create, but as it's so close right now, I can just taste the finish line. And now that this show's off the ground and it's reaching people and it's helping people, that's the most important thing. The feedback I've had from everybody since starting this show has been really fantastic. Not for my benefit, but knowing that it's helped people, seeing that people are only in the short 3 weeks that I've been doing it, that there's already been some great benefits to people, has led me to tell you about this today. Excuse me. So, I want to take you all on the journey for the end of the album, because you will see all of the apps that I'm showing still on this show every day combined in what I'm about to show you now. Now, this isn't wrapped in stone. This isn't the final product, what I'm showing you today. I want people's feedback, and I want to know if this is interesting to you. If not, I'll scrap it. But as I'll show it to you now, and we'll kick it off, and then I'll explain again why I'm wanting to do this. So, quite a few people have told me I should start a Patreon page. And I didn't want to just start a Patreon page and have bonus content from this show. I wanted a Patreon to mean something much bigger than what this is, and much bigger what my album and my film is. So I've tried to create something really unique. And this is my Patreon that is for my creativity, the finishing of 2 projects that I've been working on for quite a few years. Now, none of these prices or anything are set in stone, or any of the features and rewards and such. I'm trying to take Patreon in a different direction as well, where it's more like a Kickstarter and a Patreon and a learning tool at the same time. So I've created a whole bunch of tiers if people do want to join this. As I scroll up here, so the first 3, just remembering, not all set in stone. So if you did want to join, $3 a month, you get access to the basic deal. And what will be happening is I'll be doing 2 videos a week. So that's 8 videos a month for your $3 of me in the process of finishing off this album. Now, all of the 22 songs are actually like about 94% finished. Some need some guitars added, some need some vocals added, and then we're looking at mixing the whole thing down and mastering it. And what these videos will be showing you is some guitar being added, vocals being added, mixing down, transferring files. Each video will go for about an hour. It'll be live streamed and then catalogued so you can go back and watch it. So you're getting 8 videos a month. In the first tier, you get access to post messages to me and read posts. And that's about it. It's pretty simple with that one. So I move up to a $5 membership level a month. You get all the same stuff as what I just said. Plus you get live chat during the videos to throw in feedback, suggestions, comments, all that kind of stuff. Plus at the end of, I'm looking at, so it's probably going to be either 4 to 6 months. I'm just trying to be fair with my health included in all of this as well. When all of this is finished, on the $5 tier, you get a copy of the album digitally as a reward. $10 one, all the same stuff, but you get on top of that a signed CD with the digital recording and all of the videos and all of the catalog and all of that stuff. I think there's more levels down here. $15 a month, all the same stuff. Live streams, all this stuff. But you will also get, just open this up. There's an additional video for the $15 a month subscribers, which means you'll get access to the film that I've been working on as well, which has been about 2.5 years I've been working on. So you get 1 video a month on that, because that's really close to being finished. It's like 97% finished. And at the end of this science experiment, you'll get the album, all the other stuff that's been mentioned, plus you get a finished version of the film in a digital format. $20 a month, you get everything mentioned, plus 20 a month, you get everything else I've mentioned, the film, digital download of the album, CD, but you'll get the real deal, the double vinyl album, which it was meant to be experienced on. $50 a month is the whole package. You get everything. You get the DVD of the movie, digital download of the movie, album, CD, plus a bonus EP that comes with the album that has 16 tracks. They're all unique covers by artists you would not expect, all totally made on iOS. This whole thing's made on iOS. Now, I'm not doing this for the money grab, okay? Anything that is made from this will go towards wrapping up the CDs and all that kind of stuff. I have money prepared for it, but this will just be a little bit of icing on the cake just to make sure it all goes through. So that is the idea. Now, why it's combined into this show is I'm already showing you the apps that I use daily for my projects. So everything that you're seeing in these shows, and you will see in this in a much deeper scenario. And it's not just going to be me sitting here with this little screen. I've got cameras set up all throughout my studio, cameras in my vocal booth, cameras around my instruments. You will see the whole deal. You'll see the whole process going on. This is going to almost be like Big Brother for a home recording studio. And I want to give people as much as possible to show that it is possible to make absolutely incredible things on these devices with very little money. In fact, if you've got whatever you've got laying around can be enough to do this kind of thing. Because I will tell you, the majority of this album and the movie that I've made was pretty much just made with me, my acoustic guitar, and my iOS devices and an audio interface and a mic. That's pretty much the most of it. It's only been recently, over the last 6 months, that I've acquired a real lot of gear. And, it's not because I have a lot of money. I don't have a lot of money. It's mainly been because of the coronavirus, funnily enough, because of the Australian government and most governments around the world offering people to collect their retirement money during this pandemic. So it took a shitload of it out to create my studio to be able to do all of this that I'm about to do going forward. So there it is in a nutshell. It's not going to be happening right now. We're looking at 2 to 3 weeks to kick this off the ground. I want to get people's feedback on it. I want to grow it further. This Patreon page is not available to look at yet. So throw your comments into the video once this is done. Let me know. My email is always shown on in the video description. You can email me if you've got any suggestions or anything like that, because it'd be you, the people here, and across other networks where I post these videos that will be involved. And I want you to be involved. I want people to honestly, I care more about people learning than I do about my own stuff. I should have had this album finished a long time ago, but too often I get locked into doing these kind of things. So, and there's another reason I'm doing this too. It's helping me get the thing finished at the same time. So everything's got meaning. It all comes together. So that's about it. I don't want to harp on about it too much. I'll tell you a little bit about what's happening tomorrow. So with the interviews I normally do on the last show of the week, I do those. So I do 3 interviews, and then on the 4th end of the week, so end of the month, I'm going to play a live acoustic set every 4th Friday. So tomorrow I'm doing a live show for you all, and then next week we go back to an interview at the end of the week. Just so you know. So a bit of entertainment tomorrow, just to chill. And then I can let you know next week we start with Guitar Week. We're going to be looking at guitar amp sims, a whole bunch of really cool apps like Bias FX2 and all that kind of stuff. So if you're into your guitars and crunchy guitars and all that kind of stuff, next week's going to be really fun. And I'm looking at the week after will be a bit of a vocal week. So I want to get these 2 weeks of how to app on iOS shows out the way with guitars and vocals, leading into this Patreon thing. Okay, now that this huge advertorial thing has been done, And I hope this hasn't bored anyone too much, but this is the deal that we're going to go with. And to close out today's video, I'm going to play you an exclusive look at a section from the film that I've been working on, called The Answer is 42. I won't go too much into the story of this movie, because I'd be here for a week. There's so many layers to this film. Whenever I've tried to explain it to somebody, writing it out, it ends up being like 8 paragraphs. And then I normally hit send and think they still have no idea what it's about, because you just have to see it to believe it. But I'll leave you with what this part of the movie is and what's happening for you. I'll set the scene. So the entire world has plugged into a virtual world that has been offered by a major tech company. And as they plug in with their special helmets that are sent out by the company, a small portion of society is rebelling against this change to what is happening to our world, and is fighting back against the creators who are prepared for this resistance, and they have created robots and an army of robots and soldiers to take on this small band of resistance warriors. Meanwhile, the rest of the world have become zombies, plugged in to a huge virtual social network, which will eventually lead to them no longer breeding any further, and possibly the end of our species. Just to set the scene, and there's no dialogue in this at the moment. The narration is missing, and there's a few little black scenes where clips are missing. But this is this part of the movie, and it goes for about, funnily enough, 11 minutes. And there's meaning behind that. So I will leave you with this, and I'll say goodbye at the end. And I hope you enjoy this preview of my film, The Answer is 42.
primary control of critical functions. Computers now have control. Computers now have control. Computers now have primary control of critical functions. 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 Computers now have control. Computers now have control. Computers now have control. Computers now have control.
And that was the dystopian, the bizarre, the outrageous world of my film coming up. The answer is 42. So, hopefully this has been a great taste of what's to come. Not only will this Patreon experience be about music, it'll be about art, design, 3D design. There's so much that you will take away from this because I will be showing how all of this was made, the apps that I used. You will come away with so much more than just me finishing this project. And at the end of the day, you will have these things and they will be versions that the general public won't have. They'll be signed releases, all this kind of stuff. So this is coming soon. I hope it's been a good taste. I hope it's wet to your whistle. And thank you for watching. And I'll see you tomorrow for a live performance, which will be fun. Haven't done one of those in a little while. And thank you very much for all the kind comments. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And I hope you all have a fantastic day. Don't forget to Like, share, comment, subscribe. Find me on Facebook. And very soon become a Patreon for this experience. So thanks again for all your support, everybody. And I will see you tomorrow at the same bat time, same bat channel. Until then, have a wonderful day. And I'll see you then. Bye-bye.